Hello, hello, friends. It's so good to see you all. Okay, so we are in multiple places today, and I'm just so delighted and excited because we have on the screen streaming to the YouTube channel, and we have some amazing, beautiful ladies and faces here that I'm just so excited to have connected with us. And then, of course, on our Clubhouse room, we have also TJ, Sagi, Denzel, Kelly joining us in the listening lounge. We're so delighted you all are here. And we want to invite you if you are coming here in our mastermind today. We are looking forward to just the incredible value of what we are here to discuss. Of course, our title is YouTube Revealed Strategies, Secrets, and More. And we want you all to invite your friends. And of course, I was multitasking because we had people coming in on Zoom live, and it's so exciting. And while doing that, just making sure that we're also able to get everybody in place here on Clubhouse. So we're in multiple places as usual in our mastermind here on Friday, always alternating between 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And so those who are joining us on Zoom, of course, we have the chat available to us. We are streaming it also simultaneously to the YouTube channel. So I have that window up. So if at any point anyone wants to add any sort of comments or questions, you can send those over here. And we are recording this also for the podcast. So we have a wealth of wisdom available to us. So this is a perfect place to ask your questions. And of course, to be able to also glean and grow as everyone is sharing their strategies here on screen. We want you to add your YouTube channel. Some of you already sent in, when you sent in your form, you sent in the link to your YouTube channel. So while that is going on, I am going to drop your links in the comments, and I want you all to check out each other's channel. This is an opportunity for you all to see what's working, for us all to grow, to glean, and to really maximize this incredible hour that we have together. Just to give you an idea, we have some powerhouses here, from Denzel, who've been here with us consistently and pouring in our mastermind, answering questions, and he's hit some incredible milestone, bringing in multiple six figures as a result of how he's pouring in as a financial coach and guru. And you can see the stats, it speaks for itself. And Sagi, who tapped in last week, and tremendous blessing and honor to have him here again. He is close to 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. And so he knows a thing or two for sure about growing your channel, and being able to, really see the success in really consistently showing up and producing content fearlessly. So with that, we're going to go down the line. TJ, my brother, so good to have you here. I'd love for you to share any strategies, share about you, and so that we can connect with you and also introduce your channel as well.
Thank you, Stacey. Hey, everyone. My name is TJ. I have the YouTube channel, We Are One Faith. It is solely geared towards my podcast, One Faith, which is both podcast and ministry for me. I am excited to be here, excited to be a part of this great conversation. I'm actually looking to glean and learn from some of you guys who are some great YouTubers. My channel is fairly new. It's been active for just about over a year. And we have a host of content ministry-wise, but at the same time, we dive deep into a lot of deep and I would say unwanted or uncharted territory in regards to topics. No topic is off limit for us. And so that's pretty much the gist of my YouTube channel. I'm excited again to just hear some of the strategies, some of the secrets, some of the things that some of the panelists have done to grow their channel. My channel is standing at 125 subscribers. Would love to get more, but at the same time, I'm extremely grateful for my 125 subscribers, for those who believe in me as well. So, like I said, I'm just excited to hear more and to learn more, and to see where everything goes. So, thank you.
Yes. Oh my word. So incredible. And so appreciative of everyone that is here. We have more people coming in on the screen here on YouTube, and it's just growing. I'm just so excited. And then, of course, TJ, we don't discount any individual, any soul, you know, one, two, three, four. I mean, hundreds, thousands, it all matters. And we all have to start at level zero. That is what I always say. We all have to start somewhere. But if we remain consistent and we keep showing up and doing what it is that we've been placed on this earth to do and called to do, we will see the results. And don't rely on ourselves. We don't know it all. But if we surround ourselves with people who are living it, doing it, and winning at it, then we are going to be able to apply that to our own channels and see the results over time. So I want to give you kudos, everyone here in the room today, joining me, whether it's on Clubhouse or on the YouTube channel or here on Zoom. I mean, I never thought I would do more than 2 places at once, but now we have 3 places, and it just keeps going and we keep growing. So I'm excited about that. And I want to see you all grow as a result of showing up in this room, being a part of our mastermind, and gleaning and growing and tapping in and asking your questions. So with that, we're going to pass it over to Saji. So grateful and delighted that you're here. And we'd love for you to share any strategies, share about your YouTube channel and about you. Truly grateful to have you here today.
Thank you so much, Stacey. So my name is Sagi, and I have a channel called Tech Gear Talk. I focus on all different types of consumer electronics. But definitely there's a focus on photography and video gear, as well as like a lot of Apple stuff, phones, iPads, laptops, and I'm just expanding as time goes on. So I've been doing it for, I think, 5 years now, and 2 years I've been doing it full time. It's a long journey that I don't want to bore you with right now. And I think as the conversation gets going, we can start getting into some tips and strategies. But I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Denzel.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So incredible. Thank you. I know there's so many questions that people are going to have here today. And I'm just so grateful, as I've been saying, you know, everyone that's tapping in today, we're going to be able to run with what we're learning. So Denzel, my brother, he's passed on the mic to you. You're also here with us on camera, or at least getting set up. You're here in Zoom and on YouTube, and you're in all the places. I'd love for you to greet everyone, share about your channel, and any strategies you want to start sharing.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. This is Denzel speaking. I'm tripping out over here because I'm like setting up two laptops. I'm like, okay, let me jump on YouTube. Let me get the Clubhouse going. Let me get my camera going. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? So I didn't want to. I got myself muted on the laptop so I don't cause any overlap or echoes. But nonetheless, I'm having a ton of fun participating in these rooms. I've been a YouTuber now for 3 years plus. Been able to generate a multiple 6-figure income just from, you know, putting out content I started off on a daily basis for about 90 days, 120 days straight. And I think it was TJ that said he's floating around 500. And that's pretty much where I was at for like the first 90 to 120 days, around 500. Then I broke about 1,000. And, you know, one of the biggest takeaways that I got from day one, and then, you know, where I'm at today, being able to generate multiple 6 figures in a short period of time. I think one of the biggest takeaways is focusing not on the subscribers, not on the likes, not on the, you know, the comments, but rather who's watching, why are they watching, right? Why are they listening to me, and how can I continue to engage with them? And that was like my attitude the whole way through, because honestly, when I dropped my first video and got 28 views, I was ecstatic. I was like, whoa, 28 people just watched my video. I'm going viral. right? Like that was my attitude. And I think it's nice because you humble yourself in that way. And if you have that mindset, don't compare yourself to the 500 million subscriber in that sense. But remember that he or she also started off at zero. That's one of the greatest things we all have in common. Is you look at those guys or girls that are doing 1 million, 2 million, 3 million subscribers on YouTube. Remember, they also started at zero. So being able to just humble yourself, focus on who's actually watching your stuff, engage with them, connect with them. And you can, if your goal is obviously build a business, generate income, focus on who's actually watching your stuff and not trying to get tens of millions of people watching your content if only 10 people are going to buy. Focus on those 10 people that are going to buy from you. And you can find yourself generating a multiple six-figure income with 10,000 or less subscribers. And I found that to be true for myself. My name is Denzel. I'm done speaking.
Yeah. Oh my word. So we love celebrating all the amazing strategies. Saggy, Denzel, just such a blessing, hearing what you guys have been able to achieve. And, just you pointing out, Denzel, one of the things that we, really try to pride ourselves on as fearless creators, recognizing the value in every step that we take, and in every opportunity we have to connect with one. Each one can reach one, and really creating content that is going to get to the heart of the individual that we know we're called to reach and we're called to maybe minister to or to speak to and to be a blessing to with what we create. And then it's going to have a ripple effect. So I hope everyone was taking the notes necessary. Of course, this is going to be available for replay, and we want you guys to share this out with your friends. Of course, the more the merrier. I was just sending over a message to those who are here with me in Zoom. And of course, on the YouTube channel, Kelly said, woot, woot. And so, we want to be able to, of course, utilize this platform with the actual text opportunities here in the chat to really make connections. While we're here in the mastermind, there is going to be a portion that's going to be closed off after we close this room. We'll be able to have kind of like a private session if there are any other additional questions, and making sure that we actually do connect, because we want to see you grow week after week after we show up here. We want to see your numbers soar, because no, it's not just for the numbers. It's not just for, saying that we have these subscribers, but it's to show that we are making an impact. We are making a difference, and we're seeing growth as a result of it. So thank you all so much for being here. And thank you for that, Denzel. We're going to pass on the mic now to Kelly. Thank you, Kelly.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Stacey, for having me on your panel this afternoon. And I'm so glad that I'm able to make it today. I'm also looking at all the wonderful, beautiful faces on YouTube right now. So if you guys can get over there, take a look. Everybody's so gorgeous. But my name is Kelly Williams. I'm a lifestyle management coach, and I am a hybrid life and business coach. And over the last few weeks, I've been trying to figure out how exactly to best use YouTube for my business and where it fit in my life. And it's funny, although you all cannot see it, I have been posting about 2 videos a week. They're unlisted, but I'm getting my feet out there. I'm getting my feet wet. I'm getting out there, and I'm getting some things for some private coaching clients that I have. And it's not actually a priority right now for me, YouTube, but I'm learning. I'm still learning. I want to know how to do it so that when I'm able to devote more time, I can do it in excellence and show up in a way that is going to best suit the people that are out there, that need what I'm able to offer. So I am so excited to be here today. Every time I'm on this panel, although I think I don't have anything to say, I usually have some little nugget I can drop, even in my limited experience with YouTube. But I gain so much from all the other people who are on the platform and using it in all the multiple ways. Like even today, we're on Clubhouse and YouTube and Zoom. And it's just an amazing thing how YouTube can be the catalyst for people to get so much information. So I'm excited to be here, and I'm just very open to whatever you all are going to feed me. I feel like, I feel so special. Like this is a room just for me so I can, learn in this master class. But anyways, guys, my name is Kelly Williams, and I am complete for now.
Yes, so good. Thank you so much for always being such a tremendous support and blessing, and all the things you already have on your plate, but you make time for us. You make time to always tap in, to celebrate each other, to celebrate our sisters, to celebrate our brothers, and all that we're trying to do as we fearlessly create. So do tap into Kelly. She has her podcast, of course, in addition to the YouTube channel. Everybody here, if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, I'm sure after you leave this room in this session, you're going to make sure to start one, because this is a mastermind to help you grow and to see you succeed in your goals as you learn from the masters, the gurus, and the upcoming gurus who are revealing the strategies that work for them. So with that, let's go over to Joe. Good to have you here today, brother.
Good afternoon. I hope everybody is doing well. My name is Joe Sugg, and I am the founder of Middle Class Millionaire LLC, where our mission is to educate and empower entrepreneurial-minded, faith-focused, purpose-driven people to achieve financial independence. And, when I look at YouTube, it's something that is relatively new to me in business. I started a YouTube channel just playing around several years ago, and, I did some off-roading and different things that I've now, under the guidance and the direction of some of the panelists here, including Denzel and Stacy, to go ahead and use those channels. I am now rebranding those to more of the business brand and helping people as the kingdom economy coach, and helping them try to achieve their financial independence in a powerful way, especially for kingdom purposes. And, with that said, I look at this and go, you know what? How are the things that I'm doing at the very beginning stages of my journey, how could that be helpful for somebody? And so I appreciate you allowing me to be part of the conversation, because I look at some of the guys on here that are gurus, and I'm like, man, they've really got it all figured out compared to where I'm at. And, at the same time, there's two things that I wanted to add value with today. The first is, one of the challenges I had is I felt like I had to have all of the equipment. I had to have all the tools, all the stuff. And, kind of like what Kelly said, I was doing a lot of videos, posted them in the background, and I'm an excellence guy. So I wanted to be perfect. And unfortunately, at some point, you just got to hit record, and you got to just go for it. And, one of the things for me was I found a couple of little hacks. One was I looked up free studios, and in a number of areas, and this happens to be one of them, the libraries actually have entire recording studios. They will rent out equipment. They'll rent out cameras. They'll rent out lighting. They'll rent out microphones. And when I say rent, I mean free. I literally walked in with my library card, and it was absolutely free to be able to go in there. And so that's the first tip that I would give today. The second tip is that, I'm doing so much in trying to create the back end of helping people achieve their financial independence, that creating content on top of that, it felt overwhelming to me. And so it's held me back for a long time. And I found a friend of mine that is incredible with the things that he's doing. And one of the challenges I've always had with bringing people in is, I understand giving somebody an equity piece or giving somebody kind of a sweat equity piece, but at some point that doesn't match up to what you're doing potentially. And it was interesting because I came in and I said, listen, what were you making when you made the most money ever? And he told me, and I said, okay, great. I tell you what, why don't we split whatever revenues come out of your efforts, the work that you're doing, we'll split it up to that point, and then we'll evaluate, okay, what is this looking like? What does this make sense? And he went, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. And so he is literally jumping in, and I don't have to come out of pocket up front, but he gets a sweat equity piece, and he's able to then take some ownership of what we're doing. He's now catching the vision of where we're going. And so I would give you those two tips. Find find some place that you can start that maybe would even have it for free, have the equipment for free, have access to stuff for free. And the second is find other people that would get on board with your mission, your calling, your desire, and to impact people, and then allow them to come in for a sweat equity piece that caps out at a certain rate. And then you guys can go from there of what the upside is as you see how it's working. So this is Joe. Thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate you always calling on me to be here, and I'm just here to support you guys. This is Joe. I'm done.
Yes! Oh my word, it's so incredible. So much, Jen, for those of you who are really looking to get started. Thank you so much, brother. We so appreciate what you've put into effect, what's made a difference, and sharing those strategies and secrets with us. So we're going to continue getting to it. You're going to keep hearing these strategies, and then we're going to be taking some questions as we just reveal it all to you today. So exciting. Dr. Maxine is here with me on the screen. I believe she's in the classroom, but she made the time to be on camera with us here today. And so we'd love for you to share, any strategies that's working for you. And of course, introduce your channel as well. You have to unmute in just Clubhouse, because that's the only place we'll be able to hear you, so that it doesn't mess up with the feed here on YouTube. Are you able to unmute just on Clubhouse? All right. If not, we'll just, until she gets things situated, we'll go ahead and move on to Tara. Welcome, Tara. We'd love for you to share. You're also here on the actual screen here with us, in addition to being in the room here in Clubhouse. So we'd love for you to share any strategies, or of course your YouTube channel, or any questions you may have.
Hey, you guys. Sorry, I'm like putting up the extra feedback.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a feedback. So let's
What
see.
should I do?
Okay, unmute from Clubhouse, or mute on Clubhouse. All right, and then just talk here on Zoom. You have to unmute in Zoom.
Thank you so much. So much better. Yeah, my apologies there. If that rattle,
You have to unmute in Clubhouse so we can hear.
Is it? Can you guys hear me here? Okay, thank you so much for that confirmation, Stacy. So
hold on just a moment, Tara. Did you there's a little bit of a feedback. Did you unmute, or do you have the audio on Clubhouse? Go ahead and just turn down the volume. That will probably help take off.
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for helping me with that. So I'm like fairly new to creating. First off, my name is Tara. I'm the owner of an online gift shop. And so I am trying to tap into the YouTube market because I see the potential with the YouTube channel, and as far as like where I can take my business and then add in a passive extra stream of income, creating a passive stream of income, and just kind of really putting a face to my brand. And it, YouTube, you can do so many different things with it. And so again, I'm new to the YouTube market. I'm still trying to understand the algorithm and the SEO that's involved, keyword research. And so for me, it's really nice to be amongst individuals who are, on the YouTube platform, you're making it work. So it's really nice to, I know Denzel spoke his success with YouTube, and just other people out there that that has gotten their business out there through YouTube. So I'm really just trying to learn, but for me, and then I want to piggyback off of what the gentleman stated before me. I know for me, my local library, they do have the resources for me to actually go in green screen, production room, and to be able to create. And I know last week we had the conversation and there was a young lady, I don't remember her name, but really for me, just kind of stepping out of my own way and just getting the job done. That's really been my struggle, like putting myself out there on camera, needing to do more lives. And personally, I gained 40 pounds since the pandemic. And so, but I feel like, no, it's not an excuse for me to not create content. If anything, this is probably the best time for me to get out there so that people can kind of share in my journey where I am in my life and in my business life, and they can ride that wave for me as I grow and lose the weight and build my business and the brand. And so again, I'm really just trying to like understand YouTube and connect with other people and support in any way I can for anyone else. So thank you for having me, Stacey, and everybody else. And it's just really nice to be amongst you all.
Yes. Oh my word. Oh, this is so incredible. So I'm just so blessed that we're all learning and we're all growing together. So of course, more people are joining us here on screen, and I'm trying to make sure, now we know, because I don't think we've ever streamed. We've done YouTube as well as Clubhouse, but we've never also simultaneously done it to the YouTube channel. And so, of course, we're navigating the chat. People are sharing their actual channels in the chat on Zoom, and then we're adding that to the chat that is on the YouTube channel. So for those of you who are not able to be here on camera with us on Zoom, you're still able to connect with our viewers who are here on the screen. And, they're showing up on camera and we're getting to know each other. And that is a part of, I believe we've all been able to connect and become almost like family as a result of hearing each other's voice on Clubhouse. But we're taking it a level and a step deeper and seeing each other face to face. And we're invested. We want to be invested in your growth and support. And so I love what Tara said, as we were navigating and trying to make sure. So now we know when we are unmuting, as a participant here on Zoom, we are going to turn down the volume on our actual device, even though we're on Clubhouse. And then we will go ahead and unmute on Zoom. And because my Rodecaster Pro is set up and connected, those who are going to be listening here on Clubhouse, as well as on the live YouTube a stream of this particular video and mastermind, they will be able to hear the audio coming in from Zoom. All right, as well as the Rodecaster Pro. So we're kind of just working our way through, of course, how it all works. And I'm just so excited that we're doing it all together. Those of you watching live on live stream, you're seeing how it works in action. So you can take a page or two out of our book and apply that as you fearlessly create your content live stream on Clubhouse, on Zoom, and on the YouTube channel. So thank you for working with us on that today, Tara. You're amazing. And now we're going to keep it moving. We have Michelle also here, and I'd love for you to share with us any questions you may have, any strategies, and share your YouTube channel with us as well, sis. Over to you.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Stacey, for bringing me up and creating this space. So I'm Michelle. I am a leadership coach. I'm also the founder of the Equip Woman and the Equip Woman podcast. So my question is, for those of you that are doing both YouTube and podcasting, are you repurposing content or are you creating new content for your podcast and for your YouTube channel? So I just want to know, what strategies are you using to run both your YouTube and your podcast? I'm Michelle, and I'm done speaking. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Michelle. And I'm going to keep looking out if there are any moderators here on the stage that want to tap their mics, as I see Kelly doing here. Then you guys will have that opportunity to chime in, and then I will also chime in as a podcaster and YouTuber. Over to you, Kelly.
Hey there, Michelle. So yes, let me tell you, I actually took that strategy or that idea, if you will, from some podcasters. Prior to Clubhouse, I was a serious podcast junkie, and I would hear them on the podcast say, and if you're watching this on YouTube, well, I really didn't consume too much YouTube content at the time because I was like, all about podcasts. But as I ventured on over to YouTube, I would see, yes, the very same podcasters had the same thing they were saying on the podcast, they were saying in a YouTube video. So I've actually begun doing that. So I am a podcaster as well. Season 1 was all done solo. Season 2, which has not been released yet, the majority of my season is interview styles. It's going to be podcasts and YouTube videos. Then I do actually have a couple of podcast episodes on my YouTube channel right now where it's just me talking. But yes, absolutely. I am such a fan of repurposing content. And then you can also use it as IGTVs or little clips on your Instagram or Facebook so that you can garner and generate more interest in both your YouTube channel and your podcast. So I found that to be helpful for podcasting and YouTubing, the little amount of YouTubing I have done so far. But I found that to be really helpful and saves on so much time. And the way my podcast is, it's just, unfiltered. It is what it is. I don't really do any editing because we're all human. If I make a mistake or someone else, fumbles on their words or makes a mistake, it just is what it is because we're human. So I don't get caught up in the, in the editing and that of the podcast and the YouTube. I mean, it is edited slightly, but, no major changes or anything like that. And I know there's other podcasters on the stage, so I will yield my mic to others that have opinions about it. My name is Kelly, and I'm complete for now.
Yes, Kelly, that was so, so good. And I think, Michelle, knowing that you've been a part of some of our other rooms as well, and you see how you can maximize even like an audio platform like Clubhouse to engage and incorporate other people's voices on what you're recording for your podcast episode. Of course, this particular session is going to be a podcast episode. And, one of the things is that people love the edutainment. So of course, the entertainment and the education of what is possible when you have the live stream going on. It keeps people engaged. And I believe the analytics will show that people will just have it going, because there's something about it that's really entertaining, hearing different voices chime in and hearing those different elements. And what I love that Kelly pointed out is that you don't have to necessarily invest so much in the time and sometimes even the money that you have to make investment wise to get it to that level of excellence for people to see that, hey, this production quality is something worth watching because it's live, so they're forgiving. And so I think incorporating some of those elements as a podcaster and a YouTuber trying to show up in all of these places, just have the right systems and tools in place to help you to streamline and simplify the process. Like I have here, it was an investment to get the Rodecaster Pro, but I don't think it would be as streamlined. It wouldn't have been as efficient, and it wouldn't have really been as possible to have these incredible voices, which you're going to hear very shortly, also continuing to hear from those who are here on screen with us, and just being able to have this element where you're killing two birds with one stone in essence, because now we have these viewers here on YouTube. They're watching the content. They prefer probably to watch content video wise, and they're here on this channel. And that is going to add to the watch hours when you're looking to monetize, and then for the replays so that it goes up further in the algorithm. So really it is a win-win all around. So I'm going to go ahead. Anybody else on the screen or even here on YouTube that would like to chime into this question? I'm looking out. If not, then we're going to keep moving along. Mariam, did you want to add to Michelle's question and answer?
I actually wanted to drop a few nuggets on how to grow our YouTube channel.
Okay, yes.
Okay.
In just a moment, we'll definitely have you share that. Michelle, has that helped you in how you're going to strategize in building both areas and platforms?
Yes, it was extremely helpful. I think I was just putting too much thought in it. And now that, I've heard it out loud, it made it more simplistic that I don't have to kind of keep doing all of these things and then ending up with nothing. So I appreciate the help. Thank you so much. I'm done speaking.
Thank you. It's such a brilliant question, and I know there are a lot of others who are simultaneously doing both. And we want to see you work smarter. All of us need to work smarter and not harder, so that we can be profitable and continue to work in our zone of genius and purpose and passion. So thank you for that, Michelle. We're going to move on to Miriam. So good to have you here with us, and we'd love for you to share your strategies, your tips, your YouTube channel, and about you, and if you have any questions. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Stacy. I appreciate you. So my name is Miriam. I'm based in California, and I'm a YouTube coach. I actually started my YouTube channel last year during the pandemic, and I got monetized within 6 months. So now I'm helping people start their channel from zero and also get monetized in 6 months. So I have a masterclass where I share all my strategies. However, I'll be sharing a few things, a few tips that helped me. First is consistency. If you want to start a YouTube channel, you have to be committed to dropping videos at least twice a week, and then your length of videos also matter, especially if you're planning to get monetized. And of course, the criteria for getting monetized on YouTube is 1,000 minimum of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 public watch hours. So you have to be committed to, how many videos you upload in a week and the length of the videos, because of course you can't be dropping 2-minute videos, 1-minute videos, and you want to reach 4,000, hours. It won't help. You won't get there, within 1 year, because that's you have to get those requirements before 12 months on YouTube to get monetized. So yes, consistency is very important, and commitment is also very, very important. So what I do is I batch my content. I pretty much shoot, so many videos in a day. Last Wednesday, I shot 9 episodes in a day, 9 YouTube episodes in a day. So I just went, changing my outfit, changing my makeup, my hair and all that, just so that I can keep dropping. However, I still have enough content that will last me till January 2022 as at today. But I'm still shooting like I have no content. So you have to be committed, no matter how busy you are. Just if you're about to start a channel, a YouTube channel, and you want to get monetized on it, you have to be intentional, about your YouTube success. And one more thing is create valuable content, something that people are searching for. You create content for your audience, your current audience, and people that are, that are likely to be searching for that information. So try to invest time in research and make sure that your content is valuable. And I'll also advise that collaboration, yes, collaboration also works. If you can collaborate with 1 or 2 creators or a number of creators, that will help your channel grow. However, my own channel is about uplifting people, inspiring people, and motivating them to, become the best version of themselves, develop their self-confidence, and take their dreams to the next level. However, these days I pivoted into grants, making videos about grants, because I know it's going to help a lot of people. Today I dropped a video on how to, for non-profit grants, $50,000. Like if you have a non-profit, you can go ahead and apply for the grants. ASAP. I also have grants for students, for people that want to study abroad, for free, for business owners anywhere in the world. So I do a lot of research for different countries: Canada, UK, US, Africa, Middle East, and what have you. So yeah, that's my take on it for today. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Miriam. So amazing to hear the work that you are doing and the results that have garnered as a result. You said it, being consistent and making sure that you're providing value to those who are tuning in to your channel, tuning in to what you fearlessly create, so that it makes their lives better. They're enriched, and they're all the better as a result of having come into your sphere, having tuned in with your channel, and you are consistently creating that impact. So we definitely want to connect with you, Miriam. Just so grateful that you joined us here today. You've shared your strategies of what has truly worked for you to become monetized within 6 months. How incredible. Can we all tap our mics and celebrate Miriam? That is so, so awesome. And we want to see, that is what we want to be here, and to celebrate each of you when you hit those milestones and we hear what you've been able to accomplish as a result of being consistent, as a result of asking the hard questions, and as a result of taking action after you've been able to hear what works and apply them to your channel. And so we're just so excited for you, Miriam. Keep tapping in, keep being a part of this with us. And, you know, we always appreciate the value and the expertise that you can bring to those who are also going to be having questions. So Sky has just joined us up here on the stage as well. Welcome, Sky. And she's also here with us. She's here with us also on Zoom and YouTube. So we're still navigating, making sure our audio is set. So we're going to keep it going. And for those of you who have questions, feel free to raise your hands and feel free to come up here, add your voice to this podcast episode if you have any questions. And we want to give you an opportunity as you're introducing yourself. Remember to share your channel. I've been adding the channels over in the chat on YouTube. For those of you who are live, the link so you can go directly, just open up another window. Open up another tab and visit these channels while we're here live, while you're, thinking of some of the strategies or maybe questions you need to ask, survey. We want to look at a few of your channels. If you guys are up for it and we don't have any questions coming from the audience and share, because we do have this room for an hour, then we want to give you an opportunity to survey some of your channels and maybe give you some feedback as well, so that you can put into effect some things to help you grow and strategize and go further. So with that, Sky, you're up here on the stage. So, and you're also here on Zoom. So what you'll have to do, if you have, we want you to share, you will go ahead and unmute only on Zoom. And then you will make sure to turn down your volume on your phone so that we don't hear the feedback, since you're here also with us on Clubhouse. All right, over to you, sis.
Hi everyone, so I'm Sky and I'm based in the UK, and I have a channel. It's called Sky and Her Six, and I've been I put loads of content out there in the past, but I've been a bit scared and reluctant about some of the videos, because I don't know, I feel like this whole kind of thing about, does everything need to look perfect? And my husband would be like, oh yeah, like, you can't have that there or that there. So yeah, so I'm new and I've picked up some really good nuggets from everybody, especially the whole, being consistent, being committed. I have so many people following us, like, that are always wanting us to share things about our family. So I've got children that are between the ages of 2 and 21, and I always have people ask me about things that me and my husband, we've been together nearly 25 years, that things that we've done to sort of, keep our marriage healthy, grow up our children and stuff like that. So I want to be able to share like that, and being a bit of a soccer mom and a gymnast mom and a swimmer's mom, because I've got 4 sons and 2 daughters, we have together, and just just the trials and tribulations of a busy home. Sorry, please don't pass on me. So yeah, so I don't know kind of where to, like, how best to serve that. So this is why I'm on this call, to try and learn and grow, and so this is why I'm here with you all. So thank you for having me, and I'm done speaking.
Yes. We're so delighted, truly, that you're also here with us. And for those of you who I see that some of you have joined us over here on YouTube. Thank you so much for doing that. So you can see Sky, and you can hear, just the desire to be able to see that growth, to really be able to help people on their journey, whether it's their marriage or their family. And all of us, we want to be able to, we know someone that has a family. We know someone, that is a mom that needs to hear maybe the life experience of a mom that's doing so much, has these amazing children that are very engaged and active and involved in sports and other things, and still being able to show up. And still live your life. So I'm hearing that vlog feel that a lot of people really love seeing. That's that edutainment aspect. It's very entertaining watching mothers and their lives. And I know Denzel also, he works a lot with moms, so he may want to tap in a little bit and give some expertise and some pointers. But I'd love for those of you who are here on the stage with me as moderators, if you want to also tap in and share with Sky any tips that you think would really help her in really creating content consistently for her channel. And ideas. I don't know, Sky, if you have looked at some of the things that people are searching for, that moms, that is such a big trend word on Google, that you can tap in and see some of the things that they are always searching for, and utilizing like keywords everywhere to see how many people are searching for these things, seeing what's on trend, just by putting in the keyword mom when you are on YouTube, and seeing what's one of the first things that YouTube suggests that people are always searching for, and seeing if you can just jump on that bandwagon. Don't reinvent the wheel, and create something that's in line with what other people are already searching for. So with that, Kelly, sis, I'd love for you to tap in. She's a lifestyle management coach that also is a mom of many. So go ahead, sis.
Oh, yes, I am a mom of many. My oldest is 27 and my youngest is 3. Ooh, it's a lot of explaining, but we don't have time for it right now. But Sky, let me tell you, I'm navigating these YouTube waters, but I definitely have done live video and recorded video for my Instagram and for my Facebook. And I will tell you, it is those real spousal moments, or those real mommyhood moments with real situations that have gotten the most attention. And the funny thing is, I don't record these things or post about these things to get attention. I call myself posting just to say, this is what it looks like behind the scenes, or this is what my real life is like. And people are so interested in your real life. So I would encourage you to take advantage of those moments when there are things, the thing that you think people won't want to see is probably the most that they will want to see. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But yeah, be real, be transparent. To the degree that you feel comfortable, but I'm telling you, you will help some other young mom that is dealing with a teenager, or some other new mom who has little ones. You will be helping out some newly married person who, might be struggling in an area. And to you, it might just seem like this irritation, but you have no idea what your experience and, again, what your value is going to do for other people. So I would just encourage you to just be transparent to the amount that that you're comfortable, the extent that you're comfortable, but showcase that. That's what people want to see. Now that's reality TV right there. I'm Kelly, and I'm complete for now.
Yes. So amazing. Thank you, Kelly. And we have here, people giving a round of applause, but I'm going to let you hear it. And so awesome. Thanks for cheering on, Sky and all the other mothers that are watching, whether it's live or on the replay. We need to hear those messages. We need to hear your story and how you're still, showing up for others, even though you have such a responsibility with your own family. That's your first ministry, your marriage, your family, and we're living that, but that doesn't mean that you can't succeed in other places and other areas, right? Even more so, people need to see that example, and you are that witness and testimony that it is possible. So thank you for showing up, and thank you for pouring in, Sky and Kelly. We're going to go ahead and have Thola. Thank you for joining us here. You're also live with us on the YouTube and Zoom, and you're here with us in Clubhouse. So I'd love for you to unmute just on Zoom, and then make sure your volume is down on your phone.
Thank you, Stacy. Can you hear me okay? Excellent. So, hi everyone. It's evening time, my time. My name is Tola Benny. I am in Cape Town in South Africa. So, I'm a podcaster amongst other hats that I wear. I also have a 25-year-old. So, yeah, I love the mom talk. So my podcast is called Phoenix Rising, Finding Your Life Calling with Tola Benny. So I started my podcast really because I was just sharing about my journey after I had experienced some adversity in my life, losing my job and so on, and having to rebuild my life. And then I knew that, of course, people are not just going to listen to me going on about myself. So I started bringing in guests, and pretty much all my guests have a story to share about their life and how they have overcome some kind of adversity or how they've recreated themselves. You know, it doesn't have to be all adversity. So the point is to share with others so that others can learn from, you know, other people who have walked the walk, and to help people identify their passions and say, okay, if I've lost my job, what else can I tap into? So I bring people from all walks of life, mainly coaches who coach in different areas of life. So recently I started a YouTube channel, and it's really the other arm of the podcast. So what I do is I repurpose the content from the podcast. I don't, so fortunately, because pretty much 99% of my guests are in other countries. So all the interviews are done via Zoom. So I realized that I have all this great content that is sitting there because, you know, I've got all this video content. Why not use it? And that's why I started the YouTube channel. But what I do is I don't put the whole interview on YouTube. So I will put the highlights from the interview. In South Africa, podcasting is fairly new. People are still trying or getting to understand the whole podcast thing. And so most people don't really like to sit and listen to someone talking, even if it's an interview. But YouTube is quite big. And so people don't mind watching a YouTube, you know, video or interview. And so it just made sense to me that, you know, give people an option to go and watch the interview on YouTube rather than expecting them to listen to the podcast. And plus, it's also another stream of income. So I'm very interested in learning as much as possible. My YouTube channel is very new. It's probably a month old, if that. So I'm still trying to, you know, navigate my way around, trying to learn as much as possible about how to grow the channel, which is why I'm here today, to learn from those who have walked the walk. I have two questions. So I wanted to find out, especially from people like Miriam, if things like shorts, if you post shorts, if they add onto your watch hours. You know, someone spoke about 4,000 watch hours and things like that. So does, you know, because I only post once a week for the podcast. So if I started maybe adding shorts on a daily basis or however regular that may be, does that count towards the channel watch hours, or is it seen as something separate? And then my last question is, what else can I do in terms of optimizing, you know, for SEO? Because I learned when I'm uploading my content, YouTube always tells me if I put on tags don't necessarily promote your channel, but you can add tags. So I'm like, why should I add them then? So I'm just curious to know what else can I do in terms of SEO. Thank you. And I'm done speaking. My name is Tola Benny.
Okay. Tola, so amazing. So you probably saw me if you were watching on the YouTube or on Zoom. I was taking a quick picture of everything that was going on. And it's just so amazing because, you know, I know a lot of us here, we can relate to Tola and the idea that we are podcasting and we want to maximize where our people are so that they can find us, they can connect with the message and the value that we can provide with the interviews that we're putting putting so much time, heart, and sweat into. It's not easy. We know it. If you're a podcaster, you know it's not easy. Not only just setting up the interviews and getting everything coordinated, but also, of course, being able to be at a place where you're able to get it production ready so that it goes out into the airwaves and people are able to adequately listen and take it with them as a learning tool on the journey. And so I definitely know there are a few people on the stage today that can chime in, and I know the numbers are growing here also on Clubhouse. I want to welcome everybody that has joined us here, as our dear sister who's here live with us on YouTube as well as on Zoom was sharing with us, Thola, who is in South Africa, and she is the host of Phoenix Rising. You can see that in her beautiful backdrop there. And so we have people from the UK, from the US, from South Africa, from all over the world. It's just so amazing what, of course, the virtual platform can make available to us. And so, we do recognize that there is a whole world of opportunity on YouTube. So that is why we're all here today. So I want to welcome Brittany, who joined us here on the stage as well. She's also tapped in with us in times past, and she's such a blessing here as a guru who's also monetizing and a part of the YouTube creators and all of the amazing things. So we'll be hearing from her as well shortly. And so we would love to have Denzel. I'd love for you to tap in to what Sky had mentioned earlier as a mom that's looking to grow on YouTube. And then also if you would like to share anything with in regards to Tola and the strategies that she would like to implement for her channels and newbie as well. So back over to you.
Yeah, so great question, Thola. I think Sagi might be able to chime in on this if he's still in the Clubhouse room on the watch time. I want to say the answer is yes for shorts and probably no for stories, because the stories don't stay on your channel, but the shorts do. So I want to say yes. It's only 30 seconds though. So I think if I'm doing interview style content, I probably want to just break down the interview into smaller videos and push that on the channel. A great example of that is a YouTube channel called Valuetainment Short Clips. If you look that up, Valuetainment Short Clips, literally their whole channel is short clips. And they have a bigger channel, which I think is 2 million, called Valuetainment. So he'll do long form content on one channel, and then he repurpose it into short clips on another. And it's like it feeds both channels. In your case, when we're just starting out, I would personally stick to just one channel when we're starting out. So you can do both. Just keep it on the same page. And I think it'll feed all of your videos. Yes, use tags. I would not deter anyone from not using tags. I think tags is great. I've been using tags since day one, and that kind of helps with your overall brand and message. And I would leave it at that. Now, just coming back to Sky, because I really wanted to chime in. I sent Stacy a message on it. I don't know if anybody went on her channel and looked at it, checked it out, but if you go to Sky's channel, that banner for what she was talking about, she said married 25 years, 6 kids. This is what I want to talk about. People have been asking me questions. How do you keep a marriage together? How do you keep a family together? Now, I know there's trials and tribulations in all households, but when you look at that banner that she has on her page, to me, I'm a faith guy. That looks like a kingdom. That looks like a kingdom to me. And I would say for you, Sky, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 videos currently. 2, 4, yeah. You got 7 videos. You've had a YouTube channel for over a year, right? And you've posted twice in the last month, okay? So I'm assuming you got a whole family to raise. You're busy. You're doing things. I'm going to step aside and I'm going to refer you to look up a lady named Lisa Canning. Lisa, L-I-S-A, Canning, C-A-N-N-I-N-G. She's on YouTube. That's the name of her YouTube channel. She is a mom, wife of 9, I believe. She's got 1 in the tank. I think she's got 8. So she's like this super mom that has all these kids, married. She's been married for a while now. I met her years ago in person. And every time I see her, she's pregnant. I'm like, wow. And she's running a YouTube channel. She's got over 6,000 subscribers. She was just live today talking about mom guilt, how real that is. And I would say to go to her YouTube channel, forget all these other gurus. You go to exactly where the source is, a mom with multiple kids, household, married for X amount of years, and see what she's putting out, because like what she's doing is so niche. Those 6,000, 7,000 subscribers she has is literally probably all women. I would, if I had the chance to look at her analytics, I would say literally probably 75% or more of her audience has got to be women for the content that she's putting out. So I would recommend her, check out her material, because by just mimicking that, and I would literally take your banner and I would make thumbnails according to your banner that resonate with this family, this marriage, household, multiple kids. I can't tell you how powerful that message is in today's society. We've got marriages failing at all-time highs like we've never seen before. Kids being born out of wedlock like we've never seen before. Minorities, kids, little boys, little girls being raised without their fathers. Fatherlessness is not just it's not just a toxicity in the US, but worldwide, right? So being able to talk about these critical conversations and say, look, this is the template. This is the template. And you be ultimately confident in that. I would say that banner looks like a template for a kingdom, for a household, for a marriage. I mean, if there ever was a template, I don't know what it is. Like that photo, it's black and white, take all the color out, take all the, the judgments. It's like, man, I'm seeing something great here that nobody knows about, So I would leave it at that. I'm going to yield the mic if anyone else wants to chime in.
If I could just jump
incredible.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, Saji. So we're going to keep going popcorn style because I know I want to honor everybody's time. So as we go on, just go ahead and jump in. Over to you, Saji.
Okay, so I actually don't have a definitive answer about whether it counts for watch time or not, but I would take a step back and ask why. Why would you want to know whether it counts towards watch time? And the answer, I'm assuming, is for monetization, because you're trying to reach that threshold. Is that correct?
I believe that was
that is correct. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So one thing to think of is that monetization only actually matters if you're creating enough content and are getting enough monetized views once you're monetized to actually make money. So the threshold in and of itself should only be the goal if it's part of a larger plan to actually generate revenue off of being monetized. Because if you listen to what Denzel said, which is brilliant, he has a very successful channel that, while I'm sure makes money off of being monetized, that's probably a tiny percentage of his overall income. So if the goal of creating content and getting monetized is to make money off of views, then it needs to be part of a larger plan, because you're going to need to continue to create, because remember the CPM, the how much money you're actually making per 1,000 views is pretty low on YouTube. So you need hundreds of thousands of views to make serious money off of that. So again, I wouldn't look at that as the end game. That would be the beginning. Does that make sense? Why I'm framing it that way?
Yep. Yes. Thank you. Makes sense.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
If I could say one more thing, Stacey, if possible.
Yes, please.
Just to write off what I need to be able to pronounce his name right. Is it Sagi or Saji?
Yeah, I've been wondering too.
How do we pronounce it, sir?
I'm not able to hear anyone speak, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was on mute. No, go ahead and ask the question again, Denzel, please.
Oh, is it pronounced Sagi or Saji?
It's pronounced Sagi.
Sagi. Okay, we got it both wrong.
Sagi. Nice. Good.
I'm sorry.
Good work.
So appreciate that.
No,
So,
please. No one ever says it right.
so to write off what he was saying, like honestly, when it comes to monetization, literally, if I'm not mistaken, one view, if and when you're monetized, is 0.01 like penny, like less than a penny per view, if I'm not mistaken. You need 1,000 views just to get $1, I think. And then depending on your CPM, it'll rise. So correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah. No, you're correct. So basically, it depends on what the topic of the video is about. And so let's say it can be between 1 and at the high, like, yes, there are cases where it's $40. If you're talking about insurance or financial advice, that type, or finances in general, not necessarily financial advice, because you don't want to do that. So it can be higher, but let's even just say it's $5. Okay. Let's be generous and say someone's getting a $5 RPM. So CPM is what YouTube collects, and then RPM is a percentage of that is what you actually get to take home. So go ahead.
Yeah. And with that, you only take home, if I'm not mistaken, it's like a 50-50 split of the revenue that comes in. I think YouTube takes 55% and then you get the rest. So your strategy cannot be
45.
Yeah, it cannot be for new beginners. Like this wasn't a strategy of mine to get monetized. Rather deliver the value. How do I get people watch the content? What's the call to action? Where am I sending them? The coaching, the course, the product, the service. I need to bring them there, the community, the private community, whatever it is, the mastermind, the brainstorming event, the live event, whatever it is, I got to bring them there. And then if and when I get monetized, great. Now I'm getting a return on investment of the thousands of hours I put into creating video that will then feed you later on. But you cannot rely on that monetization. It's getting even harder now than ever before with, I mean, if anybody uploads content, I remember 3 years ago when I used to upload a video, it wasn't asking me nothing about no controversial issue and are you saying this and do you have this and do you have that and do you have the, I mean, my God, the amount of like qualifications before you upload a video, it'll drive you nuts. You're like, well, I did say this and I did say that. You're going to run yourself up a wall. So don't let that be the ultimate strategy. What's that system, that call to action in the comments, in the description, that's going to lead them to your actual revenue that you get to keep 90+% of, you know, minus merchant fees and processing fees and things like that. So I would leave it there. And then I think another thing that Sagi can comment on is the update. I don't know if it's, I think it's like a month now. I don't know if this is fully rolled out, but YouTube is changing how they place ads on our content, whether you're monetized or not monetized. YouTube reserves the right to run ads on your videos, whether you like it or not. And I believe they're taking away the feature of you being able to select which ad you can and can't have. Like, for example, if you don't want anything to do with politics, right, on your YouTube, you used to be able to do that, right, and select it. But now I think YouTube's taking that away. Sagi, if you can comment on that, let me know if that is true. I was seeing some content of a big YouTuber explaining the problematic things that can occur with this. For example, let's say Thola, let's say there's a big company in your area that wants to sponsor your YouTube channel, right? And they're going to pay you just to have the product in the background, like what Stacy has set up, just like products in the background, right? And you get paid a couple $100s for that. Well, if an ad pops up that you didn't plan for, you didn't really, you know, schedule that out, that could be in breach of contract with your sponsor, you know? So if anyone can, if anyone knows about this, let me know. But I've been watching some content about YouTube with their new monetization going on right now. I'm done speaking.
Wow. Yes. Some of what was being shared. I know we're not sometimes at that level yet, but I want you to think about the fact that as you keep growing, you are going to be able to pinpoint some of these things when you get those sponsorships that Denzel is talking about. Don't wait until you've become officially monetized, right? By YouTube. I love what Denzel just pointed out because that is what led me to even start this room was the fact that I saw the power of being able to monetize without having even becoming monetized, so to speak, through the YouTube stratosphere. And why was that? Because just like he said, you're creating value, you're creating content that other people, will just find as a result of you maximizing some of the other tools, whether it's TubeBuddy or you're using your keywords everywhere. You may have a blog elsewhere. Maybe you put in a lot of time and effort building up on another platform. For those of us who are podcasters, we have our show notes, we have our other things, our blogs. Some of us, we've already monetized in these other ways, whether it's digital products. And so that is what led me to start hunkering down on the YouTube channel, was because I wasn't doing anything really with it. But people were finding it as a recording artist. They were finding the music and they were subscribing, but I wasn't being intentional. And what woke me up was the fact that I launched my prayer journal, which Denzel just pointed out, it's in my background. And, I did a video on it and I, shared on my sales page all the information, did like a little flip through. And I thought because I was participating in a summit during that time, that they found me as a result of the summit. And someone all the way in London sent me a message. Of course, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. And she was just asking a question because she wanted to get an upsell of that product. I had an additional thing that she could get. And she had a question. So she reached out to me there. She reached out in support. And I saw that. And I was like, my mind said, go ahead and ask her how she found you. And I asked her, and she said she found me on YouTube, one of my YouTube videos. And she ordered one of the packages and did the upsell as well. And I was able to give her a quick response. And she quickly placed her order and we had it shipped off to her in London. So, I mean, right then and there, I saw the power of just being present and, showing up, sharing whatever I was creating. And I didn't have to have a lot of views on it, right? Just the idea that one person making a search, maybe they made a search for prayer journal and they decided to go ahead and watch my video and they decided this was the product they needed to order. So think about those things as you're looking for ways to grow and strategy. And then as Denzel said, and Sagi stated, that you will actually see the results over time. So thank you for that great reminder. Brittany, I want to give you a chance, and then Jeremy, any other questions here on the stage? If you want to go ahead and tap in and share a strategy, what you do in your channel, and then flash your mics if you have any questions, because like I said, we are going to be wrapping up at the half an hour mark. So at 3:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to be respectful of everyone's time here. And this is a podcast episode, so you will be able to go back to it as well as watching it on the YouTube channel. So over to you now, Brittany, and then Jeremy. All right, Jeremy, just in case Brittany may be away here for a moment. Are you here, Jeremy? Would you like to share a little bit about you, as well as any questions or any tips that you may have? All right. Any other?
Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No problem.
I'm here. I'm on the go right now, but I had to step out. So yes, I'm here. What was the question?
So if you would like to share anything about you, as well as any strategies you may have in mind or any questions you may have, I just wanted to give you all opportunity as our consistent moderators here.
Yes, briefly. I'll give briefly because I've just been listening and sharing content on Instagram from the room. So yes, my name is Jeremy Wade. I'm a freelance writer, digital publisher, and editor. I help Black and Brown business owners transform their valuable words into long-lasting relationships by repurposing one sentence at a time. And what that looks like is allowing you to tap into your vulnerability, access your passion, develop your purpose more than the imagination, and articulate a perspective so your ideal client can invest in your faith and not buy from your products or services, because we all know that people are investing in you, not your products or services. And so one tip that I have from listening in, and I want to harp back on my expertise, is that when you are creating YouTube content, think about creating scripts, because these scripts are going to do multiple things for you. As you think about, if you go into a video and you go from speaking off the top of your head, and especially if you're creating content for educational purposes or faith-based purposes, if you're just doing YouTube videos just to blog your lifestyle, then this really wouldn't apply to you. But if you're teaching someone evergreen content, then what a video script would do for you, you can have speaking points, and then someone like myself, you could acquire my services, and someone like myself could turn those speaking points into an article or blog, where then you could then further expand on the products or services that you might have within your business. So not only are the YouTube a platform where you can speak from a lifestyle perspective, but then when you have a blog or article based off of your video script, then you would be able to then extend a branch of your business onto maybe your website or maybe into a different aspect of on YouTube, because it will enable you to speak clearly and articulate what you have in mind without actually speaking and rambling and actually just going off the top of your head. So that's the tip that I have for today, real briefly. And I want to say thank you to the mods and the whole Christian content creators squad and the Fearless Creators squad. I look forward to writing an article this weekend on this room and being able to contribute more. So thank you, Stacey, and the mic is yours. This is Jeremy, and I am complete.
Yes. Oh, my word. Thank you so much, Jeremy. So amazing, as always. I love what you said. You know, some people are stuck because they don't want to fumble over their words and they don't want to come off as not knowing what they're doing. And so I love that you pointed that out. Utilize scripts if necessary. And there are certain tools. If you have an iPad, you know, there are some prompters that you can use. I like to sometimes just fly off the cuff and just say whatever. And then later on, if I need to, I edit. And people are forgiving, as we said before, with live streaming. But for those of you who it's a hindrance to you and you really want that additional help so that you can express what it is that you're trying to share succinctly, then please, by all means, do that foundational work, do that homework, or utilize people like Jeremy. That is just so incredible with copywriting and really being able to have a framework to work with. And I believe Jeremy's motto and passion is to have less words and more impact. So I just absolutely love that. Thank you, Jeremy, for always tapping in and being such a blessing to our community. And we can't wait to get those articles out to you. That is going to complement the episode and the recording here. I'm going to have, we have on screen here, so we're going to go in order. I have Maisha, and she is going to share if she has any questions about her channel as well. And then we're going to hear from Brittany, who is also one of our mods here today, tapping in. And then just to give you guys an idea, we're going to go down the line. I want you guys to tap your mic if you have a question for those who are here in the room, so we can make sure that we get you and give you an opportunity to share. And then we're going to go down the line and share just one tip or one takeaway from our mastermind together today, so we can leave on a high note, taking action with what we learned here in community. So with that, over to you now, Maisha.
Thank you, Stacey. I appreciate it. This has been burning. I want to get this out for a long time. I'm circling back to Sky as a mom. So the mom thing is very popular, but I was thinking, and Denzel, let me know. I think it would be cool if you had like old videos of the kids and you and the kids and your husband, and did like a compilation of like older videos so people can see, you know, the oldest kids as little kids and just the evolution of the family. I don't know, just an idea. Because I feel like people like to see where it started, like where it began, and then where you are now. So that was just a little tip as I was listening to Denzel and just listening to you and just everybody else. So just a thought. But I'm Aisha, and I'm here because my daughter has a YouTube, which is my YouTube. She's a mukbanger, so she likes to eat. So it's noodles and chicken. Those are her two favorite foods. And she forced me into this. I didn't want to do it, but then I realized she was onto something. She's 9 years old. She is an actress, and she does a lot of other things. But I've noticed people like to watch people eat, and it's very engaging to most. So I'm here learning. I started the channel at the beginning of the year, I believe, and I'm learning from her. I'm learning from you guys. And she wants a lifestyle channel and a gaming channel. I said, let's start with mukbang and slow down, baby. You know, we'll figure it out. But we're starting with the mukbang. I'm learning a lot. She's slowly getting followers. And somebody mentioned collabs earlier, Miriam, I believe. And that's our next move, because here in Dallas, we're in Dallas, Texas. There's some mukbangers here that we can work with locally. So that's what I have. This is great. Thank you, Stacey. I'm enjoying it, and I've enjoyed listening to everybody here today.
Yay! So awesome. Oh my word, what a blessing. Truly an honor that you guys are taking time out of your schedule to be here, on camera with us. It just adds this extra element of excitement and connection. And so, yes, I love Maisha. You're not no stranger to us. You've been sharing this incredible story of your daughter, and you're so supportive of her dream and her mission there and vision as a young entrepreneur and YouTube content creator. And so, really you tapping in and showing the actual commitment that you've made and seeing her grow and see that dream become a reality. I know it's going to richly bless, not only her life and your family life, but everybody else that's connected to you. You continuously showing up and seeing the evolution that is possible. I love that. She started out, I've never heard that word before. So I know a lot of us are growing and learning new things here as that kind of YouTuber, and, with food and being able to show those videos and knowing that people are interested in that. And so the idea is that even that we're sharing here in the mastermind, if something is in alignment to what it is that you're already, doing and in niche, see how you can apply it and see if it will work for your audience and your channel. And then later seeing the collabs that are possible. So do come back again, Maisha. Let us know if you land some collabs and, seeing how that really drives the success and the growth and visibility of your channel. So Denzel, you may be able to speak on this, and Seiki, he had to jump on for a moment there. He did send me a message, but he was such a blessing here, earlier chiming in and giving of his time. Over 290,000, close to 300,000 subscribers. Just so incredible that he's built that up on really sharing reviews and tech. So really do tap into him. We're so excited about all of you seeing the possibility and staying consistent and growing your channel. Brittany, I wanted to see if you wanted to also tap in. Maisha just shared, and we'd love for you to share your channel, what it is that you do, and how you are able to see that growth as you're serving others to see them grow as well with their YouTube channel. If you're still here, go ahead and just flash your mic for me, because I know you were multitasking, and I want to make sure that if you are here, that I give you that opportunity to be able to go ahead and share with us. And then I also have a few others that are in the room. If you would like to go ahead, as we're getting ready to wrap up here shortly, I want to make sure I don't miss anyone. I want to thank you for joining us here today. And I want to give you an opportunity to tap your mic as well and let me know if you have a question. Okay, Brittany, go ahead and share with us.
Hey, Stacey, thanks for having me. I had a couple of tips for those that are just getting started. But before I get into that, just want to introduce myself. I'm Brittany. I am a content creator. I'm a fashion designer. Not only do I teach people how to sell and make their own clothes online, but I also
style and make custom garments for a lot of creators when they're attending events. I also have a company called Creator Life, so I do more of the behind the scenes stuff now. I manage a lot of influencers. A lot of them have surpassed the 1 million milestones, and they're shaking it up in the digital space, but also offline as well. They're getting booked for gigs for like Netflix, Hulu, and more. So when it comes to YouTube, I always tell people when they're getting started, understand your why and your purpose for starting YouTube. Some people, they just want to do it for money. Some enjoy it and they want to make their hobby a business. So it's really important that you understand what your purpose is. For me, I enjoy teaching and helping people, and it brings joy to my heart, knowing that I'm able to reach people all over the world and help them. The other thing is to understand the YouTube platform. Every platform is different. Yes, they all have videos, but they are all different, right? So I have a lot of clients that have over 3 million followers on TikTok, and they're getting millions and millions of views on every single video. However, when they take that same video and upload it to YouTube, they could barely pass 1,000 or 100 views. So you really got to understand that every platform is different. So you need to take the time to use the tools, read everything that they have to offer so that you can be successful on the YouTube platform. So one of the sources you can go to is YouTube Creator Academy. So if you just Google up YouTube Creator Academy, they have a library of 100+ lessons for free for you to understand how you can be successful as a creator on the YouTube platform. They are doing a lot of things that I can't talk about just yet, but I will be able to share within the next month or so. But YouTube is going to be crazy within the next year or two. And so I'm super excited about that. And once again, Stacey, thanks for having me.
Wow. Thank you for being here, Brittany. Just so amazing to see the work that you're doing and the behind the scenes, opportunities that you have to keep us in the know. Guys, do tap in. I'm just so grateful for every single moderator and speaker here today. I want to thank you, TJ, Denzel, Kelly, Joe, Miriam, Brittany, of course, Saji in his absence here. He tapped in for over an hour with us. Tara, Michelle, Sky, Thola, Marnay, Zenda, Frazier here on the platform with us over on the YouTube channel, as well as here on Zoom. Just so blessed to have with me Thola, Maisha, Tara, Sky, Denzel, and quite a number of others came in and out because of work and other things. And so we're just so richly blessed. We want you to stay connected. We have this room every single Friday, alternating between 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We try to host this room for at least an hour to answer your questions, to share strategies, secrets, and more so that you can connect with each other. And seeing the incredible feedback even here on the YouTube channel as we were sharing the links, and you could click over those links. And of course, here on Zoom, we want to see you grow week after week of tapping in. And so if you want to be a part of next week's mastermind, just simply go to thefearlesscreator.com/mastermind, and you'll be able to sign up and get the link to join us here on Zoom, as well as to be able to add your links, because we're going to send out, we want to see you strategize, and we want to see you put into effect what we've been discussing. And we want to celebrate you as you grow and as you continue to go further week after week. So with that, I'm just going to ask you to follow the club by tapping that green little mansion there, and follow our moderators, follow our speakers, look to your left and your right, everybody that's in the room. Some of you sent me some DMs already because we have resources in our bios available to help you on your journey. So let's take it further, not only connect in all of the ways. Some of us have our podcasts. You've heard about them here. You're seeing it here in the backdrop. And I want you to make sure to connect and go over, make further, deeper connections so we can see each other grow and eventually become monetized. You don't have to, like we said earlier, you don't have to be monetized yet on YouTube, but you can monetize by showing and presenting the value that you provide through your products, through your services, and through the different educational tools that you may provide here on social media as well as on the YouTube channel. So with that, I did see a flashing of a mic. Zenda, if that was you, did you have any question that you had for our moderators and panelists? Okay, go ahead, sis. And then Fraser, anybody else has any questions, we want to give you that opportunity. And then we are going to close out with our shares, our last shares, strategies, and takeaways. Over to you, Zenda.
Hi, I won't take too long. I just I joined the group late, but I'm really grateful to have found you guys because I got a lot of helpful information. I do have a question for the panel. I'm Zenda. I'm an author of a new children's book called Know Your Heritage, Zara's Wash Day, and heritage is spelled H-A-I-R. ITAGE. I'm a licensed cosmetologist, and this book is all about celebrating how our hair and hairstyles of African descent, how those cultural styles are linked to our African ancestry. And I will be continuing the series, and I have just really become a little bit more comfortable making more videos that really celebrate cultural hairstyles, and I've been making some with my daughter. I guess my question to the team is, I would like to expand and do more video for YouTube and also monetize that. But I'm also finding myself pretty fatigued with the time that you really have to dedicate to making a quality video. So my question to the team is, when you're filming content to put out there to the world, to gain awareness, but also to monetize your offerings, how do you, what are some of the steps that you're taking to make the most out of the content that you're filming so that you can use it across platforms and actually kind of make it really interesting and different across each of the social media platforms? I'm Zenda, and I will mute my mic.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Such a great question there. Any of our moderators, panelists, or speakers here want to tap into Zenda and that beautiful question on really being able to maximize and still being able to streamline the content she's creating and to simplify the entire process, because it is definitely a lot to have to, create. Zenda, I know that you're also an author, and so I don't know if you've already kind of taken the time to break down some of the concepts that you're sharing in your book, and being able, because I know podcasters, we're creating content like that. We will have specific episodes that are dedicated to chapters in the book and just sharing, because you don't have to have a long video. Of course, you can have shorts, but you can also have other content that is really strategized to taking them to wanting to get your book and whatever else it is that you're creating, by giving them a sneak peek or giving them a taste of what you are already providing, of answering a question or a value. Do you already do that, Zenda?
That's a really great idea. I do have 3 main hairstyles that I highlight in the book that I've been, I've been working through and creating video around. But you make a really good point that I could probably take it page by page with all the beautiful illustrations that I have and say, well, this is how you can create this style from the book, right? And I've been doing some things with my daughter to also show how to create easy, simple styles with textured hair that, but also more so I'm trying to help and educate people on the fact that these are not just styles for just the beauty and aesthetic of it, that there's a bigger story behind it. And when we wear these styles, it's all about celebrating our individual cultures. And so I'm going to be making this more global and including a book for Latinx, Native American, as well as Latin, as well as Asian heritage, because I do believe that everyone has a heritage, and that's kind of my motto. So I think that I've just kind of been really getting comfortable with reels and doing some of these fun short clips that some of them have gone pretty viral, but I really want to try to convert people into not only purchasing the book, but I want to actually build this excitement towards a larger following and really truly monetize it, because this is something I really want to do full time and my heart's in it. But I also feel like if I could do this full time, I really, really could. The energy that I'm putting out there and the confidence that I'm trying to instill in people, I think that this is kind of my life mission, if you will. So I'll mute my mic.
Wow, wow. That's so beautiful to hear. I can hear that passion and, making it your life's mission to show up for people in this way, for them to really embrace that heritage. I just love that. That has such a ring to it. And I think you're definitely onto something. I'd love to see that. Zenda, if you can just send over the link to your video. I don't know if you're here with us on YouTube, but I know that because we were here on Zoom as well, Denzel took the time to go over to some of the channels and was able to give some feedback. And so that's one of the ways that we can really, and Sagi did that as well, where he was able to share, based on what he saw and could give that feedback as someone who really has been able to put into effect what works and see hundreds of thousands of people subscribe because they're showing up consistently and they're paying attention to the analytics. So I definitely would love to see how we can further help you be able to do this, what you're called to do and your mission, and to do that, make a living doing what you love. We want to be able to celebrate that as we keep going forward here today, Zenda. So thank you for
Thank
sharing
you.
that. You're welcome. Anybody else wanted to tap into Zenda before we get ready to do our last takeaways and shares today?
Yeah, I could chime in.
Go ahead, Denzel.
So for Zenda, are you in the US?
I am in the US.
Okay. Different approach. I mentioned to Thola and then Maisha, like, monetization shouldn't be on your top list for the YouTube channel, rather call to action, your book, the outside stuff, bringing them to the channel and then taking them off the channel to your product and service. But I would highly recommend getting your WMBE. If you don't know what that is, the Women Minority Business Enterprise. For what you are doing, you could take a governmental approach with that, where you could be doing business with the government, whether you're selling I don't know if you're selling a hair product or you're just teaching about hair and heritage. What I'm seeing in the education system is a sort of a revamp of the history we've been told about our country versus the actual occurrings of our country, both the good, the bad, and the ugly. We've got some ugly that I believe we're healing from. So we're seeing things like financial literacy, financial education courses being rolled out into certain states. We're seeing, what is it called? I know the controversial topic of critical race theory has been introduced, I think, into our public system. But in terms of what you're talking about, actual heritage based off a certain culture, certain way of living, how they used to do their hair and what it meant, what did it resemble, and how can it impact, say, change in our environment today. Very interesting approach. This has nothing to do with getting subscribers, getting likes and comments. This is business, right? Business strategy. Get your WMBE certification. The government allocates money just to minority cultures, Hispanics and Blacks, majority, and Asians, I think, and different smaller demographic groups in the US. You get that. And then also potentially communicating with nonprofit organizations that cater to minority groups. One thing that I've been studying is cultures that circulate money multiple times within their culture before it actually leaves their economy. What I mean by that is if you look at the Asian community, you look at the Jewish community, you look at who else? Who does this pretty well? Certain Hispanic groups do it pretty good, but between Asians and Jewish communities, they circulate money I want to say triple the amount that African American, Bahamian, Jamaican, Haitian, Hispanics do. Like when I say circle the money, I'm saying I give you $1 and then you give another business owner that's in your culture $1, pay for their service, and then they use that person then go gets a haircut from another person that's their kind, and it happens 5, 10, 12 times before it actually goes to, say, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Chase, right? These are all names that are not Rodriguez, that are not Zant, that are not Benny, that are not Larking, that are not Davis, right? Imagine being able to rotate your dollars within literally your last name and other names within your heritage. You could tie that in. It'd be really, really cool. Not too many people are doing this, but I am seeing a cultural shift in how we naturally show up in the world and where that comes from. And something as simple as talking about hair can bring up so many different like aha moments. Oh my God, we wore our hair like this because of this thing that occurred at this point in time. It was a sign of respect, or it was a sign of glory, or it was a sign of honor, of gratitude. Who knows? Different ways of tying that in. So I'll leave it at that. I think totally different strategy, has nothing to do with getting likes, subscribes, and comments, but rather you are captivating however many people do watch it, and then you're causing them to share it within their household. And God knows how many times that can get referred and multiplied out. And before you know it, you got a big channel. So I'll leave it at that.
Oh my word.
Love it. Thank you.
Yes. So guys, I was actually typing here in the YouTube live because Kelly said, preach, Denzel. And I was responding, yes, he's sure preaching. We love our heritage. Coined by, did you coin that phrase, Zenda? Did you trademark that heritage term?
Yes, the know your heritage is actually in trademark now. Yep.
Ooh, awesome. Let's just celebrate the sister here. That is so incredible. And so, yes, I was making sure to give you credit there, sis. And I just want you to definitely put into action what you just heard, because for sure you have to think outside the box. You know, some of the programmings that truly I've been grateful to do, whether it's the Writing Well program or some of the podcasting programs, they were actually funded by my grant, the local Fulton County and other grants that I've been able to apply for. And so many people don't recognize there are so many grants and programs out there that are set up to see you succeed. And it's a matter of doing that research. When you have something original, unique, valuable, that can make a difference in the education system, like Denzel was pointing out, you know, even with the summit that we're getting ready to do in September, and Denzel's one of our speakers. We have some incredible speakers participating in that. And one of the components of that was funded by the grant, but making sure also that we can pitch some of the tracks and some of the sessions to be available in the school system, because they don't teach entrepreneurship outside of college. Sometimes they don't teach entrepreneurship and YouTubing and all these other things that now people are making a living doing in some of the school systems, and they're getting hip to it. Podcasting is already a part of the curriculum, and there's some other aspects that they're still trying to get up to date with. And you guys can create the educational aspect. You can create the systems, you can create, you know, the programs, and you can pitch it. You can have these be available, and they pay you for the licensing of that. So that's just another way to monetize. So guys, you're getting so much wisdom here, not just YouTube strategies and secrets, but going beyond that and seeing how you can make a full circle business and impact with what you've been given as a vision to create. So thank you so much, Denzel, for pointing that out. Have you felt served, Zenda?
This is so great. Thank you. Yeah, my mind is everywhere, which means I'm ready to go. Like, I'm ready to do so many things to just build this business. So absolutely.
Yes, so incredible. So incredible. Thank you for asking that question. Everybody here in the listening lounge today, we're so grateful that you're here. And we meant to turn off hand raising earlier, but I definitely want to make sure that we get everyone, and we're grateful that each of you are here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to give you an opportunity. If you're new to us, make sure to tap into the club. We host this room every Friday between 12 p.m. Eastern and 2 p.m. Eastern. So as we're getting ready to wrap up now, we're going to hear from our speakers and our moderators here on the stage, and we'd love for you all to leave one last tip or takeaway that we can run with. We want you to apply to your time that we spent together here, almost 2 hours. And then we are going to close it out with our key music here and celebrate what we've been able to apply, and hopefully be able to approach into our channels and what we plan to do to grow and to see us really soar. So with that, TJ, if you're here, because we've been here for a while, and I know that a lot of you guys have just been gleaning and just receiving and multitasking while you're here in the room. So we're just going to pass it on based on the taps that I see on the screen. So I know for sure that Denzel is here because we have you here on camera. So I'm going to pass the mic over to you and just keep passing it on based on the taps that we see on the screen.
Does TJ go first or me?
You.
Okay. So I'm Denzel for those that are in Clubhouse. One thing I've noticed, if you are a speaker in the Clubhouse room and you're on Zoom, I noticed that I wasn't able to mute my phone all the way to 0. So it was a little volume, so I had to throw my phone across the room so you can't hear it. But other than that, I need to give you your flowers, Stacy, because what you are doing is, and I mentioned this before, you're creating a template on how to be time efficient. That's my biggest takeaway from today. Time efficient. We are live on YouTube. We're live on Clubhouse. So Stacy is tapping into people that are planted in their seat at home, cooking dinner, cooking lunch, cooking breakfast, whatever it is, on YouTube. On Clubhouse, she's tapping into people in the car, driving, working out at the gym, moving around. They can't necessarily look at their phone. Okay, we're on Clubhouse. Then even more engagement, she's got a Zoom link where people are tuning in live. So now she's got multiple people on the screen, and now more than ever before, collaboration over competition is the messaging in the business marketplace. Before it was all about competition, competing, and competing is fun. Winning is fun. Let me not, bring that down. Being number one is freaking fun. Okay. Let's not, be handing out 14 trophies. Like, being number one is amazing. But at the same time, when you get to number one, bringing others up with you is even more impactful, which is why collaboration over competition, not to say that competition is bad. Like I said, winning is amazing, but right now, the messaging, you got to understand what type of atmosphere you're in today's, in the 21st century. Collaboration in the business world is very, very prominent. You're seeing it in Clubhouse, you're seeing it on YouTube, you're seeing it right here live. So that is my biggest takeaway. And for those that are wondering, well, how do I do this and how do I do that? Stop re-asking the question that you know how to do, right? It's a matter of fear. I got to get over the fear. That's what it is. That's the real source of it. It's not how do I do it? It's why, and get over the fear. Because once you get over the fear, I dare you to look at Stacy's first video, that she put out, and any YouTuber on here, their first video, it don't look pretty. I bet you it don't look that clean. If you do come across somebody, I bet you they probably deleted it, right? But you ask a YouTuber, show me your first video you put out. I guarantee you it don't look pretty. And I also guarantee you it probably has one of their most views on their channel, because people do, in fact, like authenticity. Okay. People actually do want to see your pains, your struggles, your obstacles, your tribulations, because that's relatable, right? It's very relatable. So that's my biggest takeaway for today. Don't fool yourself. Stop kidding yourself. Get out of the fear and start asking, start observing, listening, watching Stacy. Look what she's doing. She's creating the template. She's saying, mute yourself on Clubhouse, unmute on Zoom. That is a strategy, right? If you can get that nice and clean, my goodness, the amount of engagement you can get from people, right? And they're like, wow, how did she do that? Right? You don't even know what she sells. I want to know how she do that. And then, oh, she's got a wonderful planner back there, $10, boom, sale, right? Book, sale, boom. Okay. I see a little fearless creator thing. What the heck is that? Right? That she has on the thing. I want that because I have a podcaster thing. I'm like, well, that would add a lot of flavor so they don't have to see this black bar, hanging in front. They can see my brand. How cool is that? These are my takeaways for today. My name's Denzel. I'm done speaking.
A round of applause there. And for those of you who are watching us live here on YouTube, it's just been such a pleasure and honor to engage with those of you here. And, that's where we really want to see you walk away from this room with new connections, the collaboration that is possible, truly incredible. Guys, I'm doing this because I want you guys to replicate it. Do it. Just, this is why we're here, because that is a compliment to us to see other people be able to learn, glean, and apply whatever it is that you're teaching as an educator. And, I know a lot of us are educating in many different ways, especially when we're showing up on YouTube. So thank you so much, Denzel. You're such a blessing. And we're so excited that you're going to be speaking in our summit, the Fearless Creator Summit. We just have a wait list right now. For those of you curious, I've not put it out there yet because we have a window of time that we'll be promoting our incredible lineup of powerhouse movers and shakers of speakers, showing you how to fearlessly create, whether it's as in the YouTube track or as a podcaster or as an authorpreneur. So these are all kind of non-traditional ways to make a living, but right now people are doing it, and we want you to learn how to do that. Our theme is going to be use your gifts, be fearless, and profitable. And so we're so excited to see how you're going to apply all of the incredible ways to do that in community. No man is an island, no man stands alone. And so we are a witness of that today. Thank you so much, Denzel. Any of our other speakers and moderators here on the stage or with me here on Zoom, flash your mic or raise your hand so I can see you so we can keep it going. I want to hear your shares or your takeaways. Okay, great. I saw Tara. Go ahead and share. Okay, so I saw Kelly. I want us to keep it in order if we can. So Kelly, go ahead and share your last shares here and takeaway, and then pass it on to Tara.
Hey there, everybody. So I wanted to share my takeaway today, and I heard it from Brittany. And excuse me, it's something that we hear all the time in many of the Clubhouse rooms, but it is know your why. So if you're unsure of your why, I think it would probably behoove you to figure it out, of course, but don't feel pressured to get out in a space when you don't know why you're doing it. There was somebody in the room earlier who I made a comment about podcasting and YouTubing at the same time. And if you are unsure of why you want to do something, or if you don't have your intentions in line, that can really be a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on you. And I don't think that YouTube no platform is meant to cause you stress. And no platform is meant to make you feel that you have to measure up to a standard that you weren't ready for at the time. And I think that's what being fearless is really about, is knowing, again, what Brittany said, knowing your why, but also knowing what your own personal limitations and boundaries and capacities are, so that you don't stress yourself out, because God has given us all certain abilities, but we've got to take care of ourselves. Even mentally. So my big takeaway is to continue to be fearless, but also to be intentional. Know why I'm doing certain videos. Know why I am uploading things and taking the time to edit and taking the time to schedule interviews or whatever it is I'm doing. Know the why behind everything. For me, that is so huge today. And so that's my takeaway. My name is Kelly, and I am complete for now.
Celebrating my sister. Thank you so much. She tapped in all the places. She was here on YouTube and she's here on Clubhouse. And I know if she could, she would be here on Zoom because she's done it before. You're amazing, Kelly. And she's also one of our speakers. So excited about what is ahead. I'd love for you, Tara, go ahead, sis. You're here with us live. Any last takeaways and shares?
So I'm actually going to give a share because I feel like you guys have poured into me and in this space so much. And like, I want to give something to compensate like all of the amazing gems you guys have brought into this space today. So as we're talking about YouTube, and obviously YouTube is creating content, I wanted to just share, because I know for me, like I mentioned earlier that, YouTube is very new for me, but what I use within my business is Airtable. And Airtable is basically a platform that you can use to create content for your YouTube channel. So kind of going back on what the gentleman was saying earlier, the writer, I forget his name, forgive me, about, writing out a script. Airtable is a really good tool for you to use to plan out that content. And that's what I'm using so that I could, better strategize what my content is going to be once I do publish it. So I just kind of want to encourage you guys out there, if you don't really if it's like all over the place for you on where to start, Airtable is a free tool. It's a free and a paid tool, but starting out, you can use the free version of Airtable just to kind of like get your bases down as far as like what your content is going to be about. And so yeah, I want to give that, I want to share that. And then as far as my takeaway, I'm just super grateful to just be amongst all of you guys, and just grateful and filled with gratitude. And I can't wait to be here next week and continue my journey. So yeah.
Celebrating you today, Tara. So amazing. You've been tapping in consistently, and I know Tola and a few others had to drop off a little bit here because they have some other things scheduled. And normally we try to keep this room for an hour and a half. We went into the 2-hour mark, but we're closing it off here, and we're just so grateful. It's you being consistent, like it was shared earlier. Tara, that's going to make the difference for how you're going to be able to keep growing and showing up and seeing the results and the profitability. And so just so grateful. That's been our key theme word for today, starting from the beginning until now. Each of you, this room would not be possible without your presence. Even if you were not able to come up and share your voice for what this will be a recorded podcast episode in the Fearless Creator podcast, as well as on the YouTube channel here on Zoom. When we close out here, we're just going to have like a little quick private moment for anything that didn't want to get shared publicly. And then we're just taking it deeper. This is why we're here. And I'm just so grateful for Denzel, Kelly, Miriam, Brittany, Tara, Sky, Sean, Zenda T, who really boldly stepped up, shared their voice here today as speakers, as moderators, and tapping in, week after week, consistently showing up and just not getting even paid, to come and to share this, but having a heart to see people succeed. I want you to bless them, be a blessing to them. And some of them have memberships, some of them have programs. If it's in alignment for what you were looking for, Denzel spoke it, this economy of really being able to collaborate and tap into others. If you knew that you needed grocery, why not support grocery from someone that you can bless, and they can also bless you? You never know. And it's that cycle. So if you are looking for financial strategies, for ways to build wealth and all of these different things, of course, Denzel, he provides that on his channel. And all of the different people looking for a gift basket, looking for mom advice, looking for all of these different things, tap in, subscribe to the channels, ask the questions, join the memberships. If it's within your budget, support, and just be a blessing. We have following, currency, and just following as well, and making a comment that goes such a long way, whether it's on Instagram or YouTube, watching the videos. Just pay back people for their time in these other ways that you are able to. And it's going to go such a long way. It's going to go full circle. As you're a blessing, you are going to be blessed. So thank you for that. Any last shares as we get ready to close out? I'm looking at the room here. If not, we're going to close out with our music. And we just want to thank you again for being here with us. You guys are amazing. Just keep going out there and fearlessly create.